Here's our frequency budget plan. We completed columns A, B, C, and D. All the items are completed according to whether they're weekly expenses, monthly expenses, etc. Now, on our column E, we've listed them into categories, each of these. So food goes into food, personal transportation, transportation, public transportation, transportation. So we did that for that whole column. What we're going to need to do is make some more columns, in this case F through O, and we're going to label each of the categories we're using. So at the top, the first line, we're going to put these labels. Now, after you do these labels, you might want to pause here while you're doing these labels if you don't already have them or don't have a copy of them. We're going to also start putting in formula down here, and here's how we're going to do that. We're going to go to this left box here, first of all, to make our life easier. And I'm going to grab this line, drag it down one. And did you see how it turned into a hand? Okay, so now there's this bar down here. Let me do that again. I'm going to pick it up, put it back. You don't want to move it when it's an arrow. You want to move it when it's just a hand. So I'm going to grab it and drop it to form this bar that will go here. That'll keep these visible the whole time and make our life easier when inserting the formulas we need to insert. Okay, next. I'm just scrolling down to the first categories. Here we got food, transportation. And all we need to do is type in the same formula for each one. And let me show you with the first one. We have the food category, so I'm going to go to food. Notice they have to match food and food. So here I'm going to put equals $D. That means we're getting all of this. All it tells the computer is that we're getting our information strictly from column D, which is the amount of dollars. 11, it's just what this row is. Hit enter. And so part of the food cost is now $9,620. So we're going to list all the food costs in this column. The next one is transportation. We could continue to type the formula in. I'll type it in one more time. Equals $D. But now that we're in a different row, I'm going to use the number 12. So I put 12 here. And then hit enter. But to actually go a little bit faster, I'm going to just copy and paste this, and you'll see that the number 12 will change to 13 when we do the 13th row. So let me do Control Copy. Go to the next column, which happens to also be transportation. Click there, Control V. Now let's move the cost over from the 13th row. And if you look at the formula, it's now 13, so that will keep changing. The D will not, because that has a $sign in front of it. Housing. So I go over to housing. Where's housing? Oh, housing's first one. Click there. Control V. Okay, so I've now inserted the formula there. Healthcare. Go to healthcare. Control V. Food. So over here. Control V. Entertainment. Way over here. Control V, and miscellaneous, also just where my video is. Okay, so now I kept doing it for the rest of them, and you should do the same at this point. After you do that, go ahead and make sure you're in column 1, 2. I'm going to put this bar back. And directly underneath housing, utilities, transportation, I'm just going to click, and we're going to put a different type of formula. I'm going to put in equals the sum of, well, it starts, I want to start it at 3 and go all the way down to, let's just check, I think it's 46 is fine. 46. So F, so the way we do this, I'm going to do F F2, that's the starting point, F2, and I already looked down, so the end point was F46, F46, parentheses, enter. Oh, sorry, that should be F3. Because we don't want to put the formula on top of itself. Enter. And now we have that formula. I'm going to drag it over to the right, all the way to miscellaneous. Let go. They'll each have their own totals. I'm going to change it to dollars. So we'll go to Format, Number, Currency. I'm just going to do rounded here. So click that. And there's our amounts. Okay.